uh, uh, the first part is the learners to understand what is the array, and after that, how to declare and initialize it, and after that, to assess the elements using the index array. So this is the sample assessment. So the first one example is uh, to choose array. What is the correct array? How to declare like this? For the level two, we are focusing to applying the arrays for problem solving. Uh, by using the array, the operations will be the searching, sorting, or revising the array. And after that, we were trying to teach finding the maximum or minimum values. And for the assessment, as a level two, we are going to find like this, we will ask the questions how to choose maximum and minimum values in array and which way is the best. The kind of theoretical and multiple choice question we will ask in the level two. So for the level three, we are going to do the array to understand the complexity and applying techniques. So we are focusing to write the array with the optimized solution for problem finding, like a maximum sum of the subarray of the fixed size. For the assessment, we will add this kind of questions to what kind of techniques like prefix sum and sliding window consider more efficient than the nested loop. And after that, the learners must select the prefix sums and sliding window techniques. And the last part is uh, the objective is to master the complex array-based concepts such as multi-dimensional array, metric operations, and dynamic programming. For the level 4 is we haven't added yet for the assessment. That's all for our group car.
Okay, thank you very much for your presentation. And okay, my suggestion is that it seems like you have the uh, one heart from who. Okay, so I need you to. Okay, your presentation is perfect, but I want you uh to subdivide into learning objective, learning outcome, assessment, and the level of your knowledge. Okay, in ascending order, because okay, even you have the level 1, 2, 3, 4, right? But for the constructivist, right, you need to show the step of knowledge gained. You have to start from the basic to more complex knowledge, right? So if you mix it up, maybe it's difficult to prove that it is the you are going to follow the constructivist. Okay? Do you understand my point?
Yes, I understand. I will
Okay.
update
Uh-huh.
it.
But from CI you can it will be easy to convert into the DEG using the constructivism. Okay?
Okay,ค่ะ.
Thank you. Mhm.
Thank you.
Okay, please type the who will be who will present next in the chat box. Please be hurry. Okay, I'm going to teach you another learning theory, experiential learning theory. Who are going to present next? Ken, are you ready? Sheng, Sheng Ki Sheng. Maybe no. Why not? Just only your progress, not necessarily to finish. For last group, they still in progress. Okay, so we move to link list. Are you ready? Pipat and Bunyarit, are you ready? Okay, you can share your screen.
Okay. Do you see can you see my screen?
Okay, I can see it now.
Okay. Our topic is linked list, and I will focus on only on the linked list content here. Right here, the linked list, we start with the node. So the player should, I mean, the student should know what is the node in the first thing. So the node have content value and the next node address. So we will design the assessment method to drag and drop exercise. For example, we will let student arrange the node from head to tail by follow the instruction. For example, we need the list of number like this. Or player can I will design the assessment that a player can answer the value or next node address of the specific node. This to be honest, this one is so hard for the newcomer of programming. So the before of this one, I will explain about data type, array, and pointer and memory allocation in the first bus. Okay, right now I will focus on the linked list. Uh, for the the next one of the linked list is the node traversal and the basic structure. So the traversal is to uh, access to the specific position of the value in the list. I will have the assessment that the player should answer the value of the specific position in the list. So I will give the list to the player, to the student, and student should answer the value of the specific position, like the position 3 in the list. And the next thing is to add the value to the list. So I will have the assignment that is the real world coding step, just the coding step, but not a real coding, by fill the value and drag and drop. So I will let the student create the node with specific value and append to the list. For example, I will create the value 67 and append to the position 5 of our list. And the last one is delete. So this assignment method is like the add one, but it will change to the delete node from the specific position, clear memory, and reconnect the node. For example, I will let the student delete the node that contain the values 10 and reconnect the left node. Okay, this is all of linked list content.
Okay, this is good for the knowledge of your selected topic that is a linked list, right? So my suggestion is that for the lesson 1, 2, 3, maybe you can put into your report or not. That is not that is still okay, because I will think about the lesson 1, 2, 3 as the prior knowledge. Okay, so it could be um added later on. But for the linked list, right, which is the topic that you are concerning about, uh, when you talk about the node will be the main topic. Okay, the linked list you can separate into 4 subtopic, right? That is node traversal. Node means the data structure of the linked list, and then node traversal means you are going to traverse along the node, along the linked list, and then insert the linked list in a specific location. And the last one is the delete a node from the specific location, and then you have to rearrange it. But you didn't tell me about the sub content or sub knowledge inside the node. For example, okay, node, you have to specify like the data structure of the node, and then you have to show and try to make them understand about the next, which is a link to the other node, right? And then how can we specify that link? So it should be explained that in this node knowledge, okay? And then for node traversal, maybe you have to start from 1, 2, 3. So you need to show the how can I say, the order of your knowledge. For lesson 4, I just only see 4 topics, but I didn't see the subtopics inside each topic. Do you understand my point?
I
For the
understand.
constructivism, you need to gradually, step by step, add up the new knowledge according to the previous knowledge. Okay? But overall, right, maybe you are doing in the reverse order. You start from the lesson first because I asked you to do in class exercise. You start from the knowledge. That is okay. But when you go back, you may have to rethink about in reverse order. Right? You have to start from the objective and then learning outcome and then assessment. Okay, sometimes I think it's a good idea to start from the topic. Okay, but sometimes if you start from the learning objective, that would be in the correct order of the process. Do you understand my point? Thank you very much for your presentation. That's okay. That's good. Okay. Any group? Okay, one last group from array, right? Which group want to present? I'm not going to force you. If you don't want to present or you are embarrassed, no problem. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay. Thank you very much. Okay.
Okay, let me share my
Now,
screen.
yeah, maybe you have to introduce your name as well.
My name is Josin That.
Josin that.
Yeah, it's difficult to pronounce. Yeah, we are doing the array topic for this one. So our objective is to understand the purpose and uses of the arrays, and we focuses on the predicators and theory citation for this. For learning outcome, the student needs to be confident using array for problem solving, especially for real-world problems, and to understand the related data structure with array, such as stack, queues, heap, and hash tables, because under which they are just using array data structures. So for level 1, we will just teach about the array basics, nothing too complicated. How to create an array and how to pop, how to shift, and just some basic manipulations. We will have assessments like drag and drop. Okay, for level 2 is a little bit advanced. We will teach about the array indexing and the limitation of the array and assessing the array or replacing the array element like the leadings, and it's all about manipulation. We will use assessments for some pseudocode because I think coding is a bit important to learn the array manipulation. So not necessarily a coding language. We can use pseudocode for that. For level 3, we will teach some important algorithms of array. So there are sorting algorithm, searching algorithm, such as bubble sort, selection sort, merge sort, binary search, and linear search, and there are many sorting and searching algorithms. And we will assess the students to have a most efficient time and space solution, and we will do it with pseudocode too. And for level 4, we can go to the multi-dimensional array now because students have enough basis of two-dimensional array already. And for this one, we will teach about the same things as the basis array, like transposing and some algorithms. And we will use pseudocode for these assessments too. So for level 5, we will only go for theory only. So we will teach about the real-world use cases of arrays, such as digital image processing, event queues, and some game developments. And we will assess with multiple choice questions only. Thank you.
Okay, so can you go back to your presentation? Yes. Okay, it seems like you may because it is a in-class activity, I understand your point, and then you try to mix up and starting from the level, and then you put everything like objective assessment into your presentation in your level, right? Okay,
Yeah.
you have the learning outcome and learning objective, right? So my suggestion is you may you have you have 5 items for objectives, and then you have just only 3 outcomes here. So my suggestion is that you should map from like 1-to-1, mapping from objectives to outcomes. Try
Okay.
to do that. Okay.
Okay.
Okay, so when you have 5 objectives, you should have 5 outcomes and also 5 levels.
Okay.
And then in the level, I am trying to see the order, the order of knowledge you are going to convey. For example, you start from learning array basic, right? And then level 2, learning array manipulation. Okay, for learning array basic, right, you have the correct array size, array data structure creation, array popping, delete, and insert. I'm not sure whether it is the correct order. You may have to check it out. And if it is possible, you have to prove it. When I say you have to prove it, it doesn't mean that I want you to prove like a mathematical proof, right? But you need to make it like because we are in the field of computer, right? A good way to prove is to write a program in order to check for the correctness of your program, right?
Yeah.
But for this, right, it seems like you are trying to create the algorithm for teaching. Am I right? Algorithm
Yeah.
for teaching if it is AI. So you need to make it step by step. And then when we read the flow, there is no the flow is smooth. Okay, but for this, right, you starting from defining the array size, array data structure, and then try to delete and try to insert array. I'm not sure whether this is a correct order or not, but I think it's not. Okay, so maybe you have to rearrange it. And then also for the array manipulation, you have to learn array index. I think array index should comes sorry, array index and limitation of size should come before array deletion or array insertion. Am I right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
okay, I know. I think you know the mistakes, and then you can
Yeah.
correct it. Okay,
Okay.
that is all of my suggestion. This is for
Okay.
CI. Okay, but just in-class exercise, and then you can do like this. That's okay.
Okay.
Mm. Sorry. Yeah. Any other groups? If not, I will share my screen about the next. Can you see this? The next learning theory is experiential learning theory. That is the name is quite weird, but it is about the root is about the experience, right? Experiences. This theory is based on Cobb's model. This is the picture of Professor Cobbs. He um and this theory um show us about the learning occurs through this cycle: concrete experience, reflective observation, abstract conceptualization, and active experimentation. So there are 4 steps in the experiential learning theory. Okay, this is 4 key principles for this learning theory, starting from the concrete experience. So the definition of this is the this theory will engage directly with the tasks and activities. Okay, so you need to start up to how can I say, to set the task or the activity for your teaching and learning in CI or in game. You need to have the game activity. And then second, reflective observation. You have to analyze what happened in that activity. And then from abstract conceptualization, you have to draw the conclusion and forming the theories. Let's just go back to the activity that I asked you to do the in-class exercise. I gave you array and linked list. Both of them are abstraction, right? Array is an abstraction of the continuous elements of the same data type. Okay, so you need to change from the abstraction into the visualization. Okay, that is the what we call that is the reason why we use the HCI or game in order to show or to let it make visualization. And the last one is the active experimentation. So it will test the theory in new situations. So it's more or less like experience learning from experience. So I think it's quite abstract. Okay, I will show you in my, where is my slide? Boop. Okay, can you see this? Okay, so this is Oops. Experiential. Where is CAI experiential? Okay, this one is based on the teaching number-based conversion using experiential learning. So, first of all, I would like to address here first that when you are trying to develop CI or even the DEG educational game, right, you don't have to separate between these two learning theories. Do you understand my point? So you can mix them up, right? But for this exercise, right, because I want you to know completely or to make sure that you understand about these two different learning theory. So I need to make it separately. Do you understand my point? So in the way, if you are trying to develop your game, right, you can mix them up, but you have to know this one is a constructivism, this one is an experiential learning theory. Okay, so similar to the case of the constructivist, right, we can start from learning objective and also learning outcomes, right? But for an experiential learning, you need to set up the learning environment. So you have to design in CI, you have to follow this one, which emphasize active participation, reflection, application, right? Four key. Do you remember four key, right? But you don't have to make it all, right? For this example, the first thing you have to explore the number-based fundamental. So the goal is introduce the concept of number through the exploration. So you have to start from the activity, right? When you come back to this, right? Activity means the concrete experience, right? You need to start from the activity. If you could remember, the first key principle of the experiential is the concrete experience, or you have to set up the goal or the activity. So the activity is learners interact with the virtual-based explorer tool, where experiment with different base system by putting number observing their representation in other bases. Okay, this is activity that we are going to develop in level 1. And the reflection. After exploration, learners answer reflective questions. For example, what patterns did you notice when converting between bases? Okay, this is reflection. And the next one is assessment. Okay, you can have the desktop activity where the learner match number to their correct base. Okay, so this one is not just to teach like in CNI, but CNI itself has to make the system that the learners can explore by themselves via activities and reflection and assessment. Okay, this is starting to introduce the concept of number base. The goal will be will reflect the explore number based fundamental. This is the name of the level. Okay, maybe I can go to the level 2 so you may understand about this more clearly. For the second level, right, hands-on base 10 conversion. Do you remember that the level 2, right? We are going to convert from base 2 to base 10, base 10 to base 2. So the goal is to teach learners to convert number between base 10 and other system, base 2, base 8, or base 16. So your activity will be create the conversion simulator. Okay, I can let you think like the calculator, for example, the best conversion calculator, and the learners can know how to practice to convert numbers step by step, right? And sometimes you can give some hint or scaffolding to this. And then in the real world scenario, the learners will decode the secret code, for example, the digit vault, and requiring to convert base 10 into the binary or hexadecimal. Okay, this is an activity, and then reflection. Reflection learners answer prompt like, how did the step-by-step process help you understand this base 10 conversion? The reflections in the experiential is to analyze what happened. After you give the student or the learner the activity or the task to do, right? Then you need to know about the result or the reflection of the learners by just asking them a specific question. Okay, so this one is like how to say, okay, the system will be like the simulation. The learner can know this, can know or can try, because the name is experiential. So you need to design the CI or even the DEG to perform like simulation or experiment, or in the experiential laboratory, something like this. But you need to set up the activity, and you have to know the reflection from the learners, and assessment is also important. Maybe you have to fill in the bank exercises, and the learner can convert given number into in this blank, right, with the limited hints, something like this. Okay. If you go back to the key principle, you have to start from concrete experience. Concrete experience will be activity here. And second is reflective observation will map to the reflection here. And the last one is active experimentation. It is a testing theory in new situation. It is assessment here. Maybe one key feature left is about abstraction conceptualization. So in the meantime, maybe you don't know, in this example, we cannot show what we call from abstraction to visualization. Maybe you can show about how can I say, 10 base 10 is equal to 1010 base 2, something like that. That would be the visualization, abstract conceptualization of this conversion, hands-on base 10 conversion. And the next one is direct base to base conversion. And the last one is also, can you see that for CI is more or less exactly the same as shown in CI, but in different details, right? You can show different details compared to the constructivism. And for me, I think constructivism is quite straightforward, right? It is easier to understand, but for the experiential, for me, right? It's more or less like to be a bit simulation game or something like this. Okay, so this is what I think, and from this will be okay. And this is a storytelling for each level. I'm not sure whether we should have the storytelling for the CI or not, but maybe this is overstatement. But this one is, you need to know the assessment learner through the experiential activity. You need to set up this assessment method. For example, you have the interactive simulation, reflective question, scenario-based quizzes, or performance reports, and final mission debrief. So all of this will be CI design follow the principle of experiential learning theory, right? That incorporating active participation, that is interactive simulation task or activity. And for the reflective practice, okay, this is a reflective question. And real world application, maybe you have the scenario-based quizzes. So do you think, like me, it's more or less like to be a bit simulation game, right? But I'm not going to conclude with that, but this is AI. So when I say like this, like I think for the experiential, when you are designing the CIN or digital educational game, they are more or less similar. It could be happen, right? Okay, when you see this like learning outcome, right? You have the game idea, okay, it's the story. This is similar to the case of in the case of the constructivism. And then we have the level design, right? Okay, we have the gameplay, challenge, choose. This will similar to the because level 1, level 2, level 3, level 4, this follow the concept of constructivism. So it is so the flow of this level design is mixed. How can I say? Is they are the combination of the constructivist and experiential by default. Okay, when you mix this, and then we also have the storytelling for each level. And the last one is similar to CI. Okay, but for the game, right, there are some differences. For example, we have achievement rewards. Game, you should have unlock badges, rewards in game, or coin, or many rewards, and then mission, right? This is the how can we develop the game. Okay, so this is an example of the experiential. When we talk about constructivist, right, it's like to step-by-step learning. But for experiential, we need to show the exploration, the discovery, the simulation to make the learners try by themselves. Okay, and from CI to the educational game, there are some differences between them. So in the in-class exercise and the assignment for this week, I hope that you will show the distinguish between, you can show me the distinguish between the CI using the experiential learning theory and DEG using the experiential learning theory as well. Okay? Okay, do you have any questions so far? I would say that today's class is quite abstract. That's why I taught you only two learning theory, two different learning theories, and our class is the project-based learning and also the learning by doing. So you have to try to think. You have to try to, okay, maybe I have seen that some of you make the use of AI chatbot or you can use AI, but you need to know or understand what you are asking them to give you the result. And then you have to check for the result, not just only give them the prompt and then copy it to me. Okay? I think this I set up I'm not sure whether I can finish because I set up the due date for this assignment on Monday, the next Monday morning. So maybe I will post. Do you think I should postpone it to Thursday, next Thursday? I think I will have to change because you will have to come up with many um okay, because this example seems to be many details about both techniques, right? So please try to do it. As I just told you, right? Maybe you first select the array, right? Maybe you can change to linked list if you would like to, no problem. Okay, so today, that's all for my today's class. If you have any question during doing this assignment, please feel free to talk to me. Okay, I will try to answer your question. But I still want to have two groups doing or teaching linked list. There is one only. Okay. Okay, I will stop share. So that's all of by today's class.